this? Green screen. Oh, shut up. Stop. You can do a green screen. No way. Is that real? You could do a green screen? Stop. What do you see? Do you see green? Oh my God, genius. What is that? I never thought that was a thing. Oh my God, that's so cool. What's this? Oh, it's a filter. Oh my God, I look a lot. I look so much better. Oh my God, look at that. What? Oh my gosh, guys. I look like 10 years younger with this. Whatever. I'm turning it off. I was wondering if you would pray with me because there's like some psychic warfare going on. I just want to pray. There's some weird ass energies, and I kind of just want to, like, I want to experience my first ever psychic battle as like not a battle. You know, I just want to win and not ever have to feel again like I can be spiritually attacked or psychically attacked. And I really want to do that right now. And I just want to pray. So, Father God, Mother Goddess, I thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this beautiful life. Thank you that I get to have everything I get to have. Thank you for keeping me on the straight and narrow. Thank you for being my compass and my guide in these really, really dark times. I ask for divine provisions, divine protections. I ask that any dark energy wishing to harm me, my twin flame, my mission, my channel, my friends, my health, my vitality, my bank account, anything, I ask that it be taken care of right now in Jesus' name. Any dark energies that are wishing to harm me in any way may be banished right now. Archangel Michael, I thank you. I thank you for the sword and the shield of protection that you've given me. Thank you. Thank you for always coming my defense. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. I ask that my energy be cloaked so my enemies cannot have any of my energy right now. I ask that all trickster spirits be exposed, any monitoring and hovering spirits be blinded and deafened. They are never allowed to hear again anything that does not pertain to them. It is not their business going forward. Any monitoring spirits are no longer welcome to listen in on me or any of the conversations that I have with people. We are now safe and protected. And thank you to my beautiful viewers who lately have been stepping it up, and you guys have been sending so much beautiful divine light and healing to me. Beautiful compliments, gracious donations. I love you with all my heart. I can't thank you enough for existing. I'm happy to know you. I'm happy that there are people who care about me. At rock bottom, when there's so many people that want me destroyed and who talk down to me and tell me horrible things about myself, there are so many more that come in giving me love and compassion, generosity, kindness, empathy. And I can't thank you enough for that, guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching me on this journey. Thank you for being on this twin flame journey with me. And as we go into this next chapter, it's going to be a lot louder. It's going to be probably a lot more interesting, a lot more magical. And I ask that you guys, please keep me in your prayers, keep me uplifted. Please send positive vibes, good intentions, please. I need it at this time. I'm nearing twin flame union, and it's very dangerous right now. Like there are just, well, there used to be dark forces that could do something. They can't do it anymore. They used to be able to keep us apart and they can't now. So we're coming into union. And I thank you guys so, so, so much. Thank you to those who've done candle work to help us bring in union. Thank you to those who have done prayers and who email me and send donations. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. May you all be blessed 1,000-fold for helping me the way that you have. I ask that my divine masculine please be protected. And the beautiful roommate that I have as well here, may he be safe and protected and held closely by the Most High God. May he be divinely guided and shielded by holy angels as well for protecting this home. I know who he is. I know what he can do. And I know that he's here to protect this home because I asked for it. And I asked for a hedge of protection around him at all times. Body, mind, soul, and spirit in his room, this house. Thank you. My finances. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for blessing my finances. Thank you, Lord, for casting away all curses, all hexes and spells, black magic, anything sent to harm me and my finances. I thank you so much for canceling that, God. Thank you for putting beautiful money back in my bank account, Lord, keeping me upright, keeping my life in order. Thank you for the ability to pay for bills and groceries and a house and a roof over my head. God, thank you for taking care of every single need, every provision that I need and have. You have been there to take care of it, and I can't thank you enough, and it's going to continue happening, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you. Oh, man. Thank you so much, guys, for the beautiful prayers lately. I know that you've seen I've been under spiritual war and psychic attacks, and you've just been there to help defend me and protect me by praying for me. And I can't thank you enough. My mental well-being, even though right now I'm kind of struggling hormonally a little bit, I know that I'll get back into it. I know that I'm getting back everything that was taken from me, and I thank you. My mental faculties are getting back in order too. I'm not feeling so much in the doldrums. I'm not going to feel so depressed soon. And I thank you guys for the positive vibes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. Amen. In Jesus' name, amen. Whew. Nothing really happened. Thank you for being here. Hi, Nathan. How are you? Hi, Ash. I hope you're okay. Hello. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Murphy. Hi, guys. Hi, V. Nothing really actually happened. I'm just seeing history repeat itself. It's very weird, but my new boyfriend has a dog, the same name as my ex-boyfriend's dog, and his ex-girlfriend is trying to steal it in the same way that my ex-boyfriend's former girlfriend tried to steal their dog too. So it's very weird. It's just like things are kind of weird and history is repeating itself. And I'm seeing now that I can break the chain. I can break the cycle by just recognizing that there's a weird cycle in the matrix. It's like, it's very strange. Yeah, it's very strange because I've met my twin flame recently, and he's just like, it's very cool that he is so spiritually sound because he's my magician. And it's amazing to me how he has like the spiritual know-how, the understanding. He has learned magic through the years and how to protect himself and keep me safe and keep others safe and stuff. And it's really, but I'm also noticing that we know a lot. And separately, we were kind of already targeted, but like together, knowing what we know, there's just a lot of people that don't like us together. And if you could pray for us, that would be great. Pray that God gets what God wants. If God wants our union, it'll happen. If God doesn't want our union, it won't happen. And I'm God, so it really depends on what I want, isn't it? If my needs and wants and desires are to have union, then I will have it. If not, I won't. I'm God of my reality, and if I have a desire for union, I'll have it. And if I want it to end, I'll end it. So it's like the most It's the most truthful time of my life, in that I'm not giving permission over to something else outside of me to dictate my personal affairs anymore. Like, I used to believe that God, something out there, was like out to get me or wanted to punish me or determine if I get to have this guy or if I get to have that job, or if this health scare is going to go away, or if this, whatever it is. I used to put whatever I desired in the hands of someone or something else. And this is like the first time I'm not doing that. And it's both very liberating in knowing that you are the operant power and there's no one outside of you that can tell you no. But it's also very scary, because it's like, that's a lot of power to give to yourself. That's a lot. It's like, what if you do something stupid with it? What if you do something reckless, right? Like, what if you make a dumb mistake? What if you think you want something, but then it ends up bad, or it ends up hurting you or something? So I feel like it's actually a good thing that I never really got to know how strong and powerful I was until now, because only just now do I feel mature enough to have this power. Like, with great power comes great responsibility, right? And all this power to control your reality, I want to be very responsible. I don't want to do bad things with it, I want my union with him to represent goodness, and I want it to lead people in the right direction. I want it to heal souls. I want it to empower and inspire people to have their twin flame union. And I just know there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of people and energies that are coming at us that don't want us together. And sometimes I get scared that I'm like kind of getting influenced by them a little bit. So I have to pull myself back, and I have to say, wait a minute, wait. That's not your permit. You don't have permission to dictate my future. And it's the first time I'm having such a good mental diet. Like, if somebody tells me you're not allowed to have that because of this, it's like the first time in my life that I'm giving myself permission to say, I appreciate the concern, but I'm going to do what I want to do. Right. And that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of responsibility. I've never had this much responsibility before, because this is, I think, why people like religion so much and like they hold on to it so tightly, is because they can give their power away over to something that is invisible, and there's always someone to blame for why they can't get something that they want. So I used to enjoy religion because when I would say, like, I'd put something in the hands of God, um it's just like, if I didn't get it, I could always blame God, you know? I could be like, yeah, God hates me. See, there's proof because I didn't get that thing. Um, or like, oh, it didn't happen because, maybe there's something bigger and better on the way. But it's like, but if I want it, I can get it and I'm allowed to have it. Not this or something better. No, this. This is what I want. Not something better. I want this. Right? Um, so I just think that that's why people hold on to religion, is because they feel like a comfort, like a sense of comfort in being able to say that something outside of them can actually dictate their future. And that if they don't get something, it's because that God did it, that deity did it, you know? And so this is the first time in my life that I'm losing my religion. Like, I'm losing God. I've lost God. Not in a way that I've lost source, just in a way that I've lost that crutch, that like something else outside of me can dictate my future. And that was a crutch. That was a vice. That was an addiction I had. I had an addiction to an invisible outside source controlling me, and now I don't have that. So when I pray, it's really more of like a claiming something. Thank you so much for the provisions. Thank you for taking care of my health. Thank you for the shield of protection around me. Thank you for my friends. Thank you. Thank you. It's claiming now. Instead of praying for something and like begging for something, it's claiming it now. And it's a lot different. It's a lot different of an energy. That's why I'm receiving so much. That's why my manifestations are coming in so quickly. I get more and more and more of what I talk about. And so the more I'm grateful for things, like the money in my bank account, the health I have, clean drinking water, my friends, the love of my life showing up in my life, like the more I talk about that stuff, the more it has to appear. And it's like when you really can see it, like there is no God outside of you giving you that, you're it. You're God. You're the reason you have the desire in the first place. You gave that desire to you. There is already a reality where you have that desire. So what it is really is you just tuned in to another timeline of you with that desire. And so it's placed on your heart by you, not some deity outside of yourself. It was literally put there by you. So even praying now, praying doesn't seem like, you know how you get really desperate and you say like, please God, let this be. I want this so bad. Please, please. It's not like that. Prayer isn't like that for me anymore. It's the first time in my life it's not like that. And I was raised Pentecostal. Like I was raised Christian. So this is the first time that I can confidently say out loud, there is no God outside of me. I am my own God. I am my own God and I worship myself. Who else should I be worshiping? Exactly. There is nothing else. It is just self. It all emanates from within. A lot of people call it blasphemy, but it doesn't matter what you call it. It's self-worship because you are God. So you should be worshiping God and you are God. Like nobody else can really tell me what God is. You could tell me what you think God is. You could tell me what you think God is and how God worked in your life. But if you really think about it, you worked in your life. You're the one that asked for help. You're the one that opened yourself up to answers. You're the one that quit that job and went to a new one. You're the one that dropped that deadbeat ex-boyfriend. You're the one that healed yourself, you know? So while a lot of people, um, I think they rely on religion and a deity outside of themselves because it causes comfort. It also, if you think about it, doesn't really actually get you anywhere because there is no comfort when you don't get your thing. When you don't get that thing, it's because you gave that power over to somebody else to say no to you. I've never been more empowered in my life to know that it really is all stemming from me, but it is like so powerful that I'm scared of it sometimes because with great power comes great responsibility. Because if now I think that something is good for me and I want it and I crave it, but yet it's bad or detrimental or it'll end up like fucking me up somehow, I now know that if I still want it, I'll get it, you know? And that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power to F up your own life. You know what I mean? Like your future could be fucked from just one thought alone or one manifestation alone. And I think that that's what I'm learning right now is if there's no other sense of morality outside of you, like you're it. You're the sense of morality. You're the standard of morality anymore. That's terrifying, right? But it's also good because I know myself and I know that I'm a being of love and I know that I emanate love and I act from love. So I don't think I'll be really doing too poorly. I think I'm gonna be all right, but it's just, man, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power to give to yourself. And this is what it really is to reclaim your power. What they mean by reclaim your power is like take it back from a boyfriend, take it back from a pastor, take it back from a religious order, take it back from a corporation, a job, a gig, take it back from your bank account. Take your power back, give it back to you, and realize that it all is stemming from you. You are the core soul source of it all. So I don't have that religious sway anymore. I don't have that need to look to a God outside of myself. I don't worship a God anymore. I worship myself. And that means that I'll look in the mirror and I'll tell myself compliments. If I want to buy myself my favorite ice cream, I'll do it. If I want to tell myself I'm gorgeous and give myself a salt bath, I'll do it. It's like I give myself what I want as a God, like whatever makes me happy now, right? But there is that thin line of like knowing that you really are all of it. You're the shadow and you're the light. You can do all things now. It's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. And I've just never had this much responsibility. So I really thank you guys for praying with me. But anymore, my prayers aren't like begging for something. It's more just claiming that I already have it. So when I say like, thank you so much, God, for the answers. Thank you. Thank you that you give me this. Thank you. It's more like I'm claiming I already have the protection. I already have the money. I already have the love. I already have. So that's what prayer is for me anymore. But yeah, the higher source of God is myself, my higher self. And so that is still divine, that is still perfected, that is still holiness. But it's just not out there. It's in here. You know, God is still holy. God is still good. Our soul is still pure. It's still pure light. Like we are God. So whatever source is, we are it. It's just we're not looking out there anymore, out in the 3D to sustain us. The 3D physical world doesn't matter anymore. It really is a new earth. It really is a new age. It's New Jerusalem because you're going within and you're finding the answers and the happiness and the joy in your own imagination first, and then you're seeing it out here secondary. So for me, it's more like I'm praying, but I'm praying to myself. I'm basically reminding myself what it is I want. You know what I mean? I'm not begging for something. That it's changed so much. I don't beg for things now. I just claim them. Hello. Oh my gosh. Have you tried past revision? I want to do it, but no manifestation coach knows how to do it. Hello, hello. Hi, Matt. I would just, yeah, revision. I personally think that if you can master revision, you don't need anything. I revise all the time, but I do it on the spot. So if somebody tells me no, I will just ignore. I'll ignore what they said and I'll just revise it in my head and hear them tell me what it is that I needed. Sometimes I actually do find that being told no is the catalyst. It's the springboard to remind me of my power. Like when somebody tells me no, I'll go into my imagination and I'll just keep going into a new timeline. So revision, what revision is, it's basically taking an event that happened and you didn't like the result, stopping right before you see the thing that you didn't want and then changing it in your mind to a completely different script. So say for instance, like you get a paycheck, but it's only a certain amount of money and you thought you'd have more. So get to that point where they hand you the paycheck, you look at it and then it's a new amount. Now, if you can do this on the spot, like you can revise right away, you get to a point where it doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like there's another reality and I want to choose that one instead. And it'll just start to feel like second nature. You won't even feel like, oh shit, I need to remember to revise. You'll just know, I don't like being told no. So I'm going to go and I'm going to tell myself yes. And revision, really, if you can master revision, you don't have to do any other technique. Like you don't even have to affirm for anything. If you can convince your subconscious mind that a different reality happened, what happens is you shift your consciousness into that timeline, a timeline where there was a different past. So it doesn't just change the memory. Revision does not just change the memory, and it does not just change your emotion about the memory. It's not a self-soothing technique. It can start out as that, it can feel like that, but what it does is it actually does shift you into a timeline where that past event never happened. So yeah, revision. If you can master revision, you can do anything, honey. Once that is revision, it should be the law of revision, honestly, instead of the law of assumption. When it comes to manifesting, like if it could be revision all the time, then you would just you'd have it set, girl. You'd have it set. But the thing is, it would just be so lovely not to ever get told no in the first place. Because some of us, what we do is we'll look at the 3D and we'll internalize something that happens and we'll think it's so permanent. And so it would be nice to never get told no ever. That would be the goal, right? That would be the hope, that you're never told no ever. But when you are told no by the 3D and something happens that's unfavorable, go into your imagination and revise it. And what happens is you literally do shift your consciousness into a different timeline where that no never happened. And you'll see things happen like a domino effect, like certain things that you're like, oh my God, I swear it was this way before, but now it's like this. That's so weird. It's like the matrix has to catch up. It's like it has to glitch itself out to get you to where you need to be. It's weird. It's a weird concept, revision, but it does not just self-soothe. It doesn't just make you feel better. It doesn't just change your memory. It actually shifts you into a timeline where your past is completely different. Sometimes entire people will just forget the old timeline. They'll forget what happened before. Like if you're revising a breakup, sometimes like people will just forget they even fought with you, let alone broke up with you. You know, it's like that. It's you're shifting into a timeline where it just like it never happened. But the what I would say is the best that really, for me, revision is the best technique, for real, for me anyway. But to just go into your imagination right after you're told no and realize that once you see the new timeline, once you give yourself that new answer, once you give yourself the yes, it is done. It is done. All you have to do now is if it doesn't stick the first time, try it again and again. And you don't even need to do it a lot of times. Sometimes it just takes that one time for your subconscious to believe that you experienced the new thing. Basically, you'll know you did it right when you're not going back to the old story, when you're not going back to the way that it said no, when you naturally can believe the new lie. It's not a lie. It's not. It's a timeline that already exists. But when you can believe the way that you gaslit yourself, when you can believe the way that you told yourself, nope, this happened instead. When you believe that as your dominant story instead of the old way, that's how you know you did it successfully. And all you have to do then is just wait for the 3D to conform. Revision is level 999 of the game. You won at that point. Amen. I love that you said that, V. You are so fucking cool. Thank you for being here. That is awesome. You are really, really cool. Once you can master revision, it's game over. Yeah, girl, I feel like you have mastered it. Like, good for you, because that shit, you own the world now, honey. Sorry, Priestess, how you doing? Internal time travel, right? Yes. Oh, I like that. That's dope. I like that a lot. It's interesting. Tonight, I was told something by the guy that I'm talking to. We were on the phone, and he mentioned his girlfriend, which is weird because I had a dream last night. And in the dream, he showed up in my dream and was telling me about one of his ex-girlfriends. And because I am not the type to be jealous. I'm not the type to think like, that's not a threat. That's not a threat. I don't care. But the point that it's showing up in my 3D world means that I still have an assumption somewhere. I still have a belief somewhere that men like him, very high caliber, sexy motherfuckers, men like him still come with baggage, or women that at least want him. He doesn't want her, but of course she wants him. And so I must still have this belief. I have this assumption. So while it's not a threat to me, it still is there because what you assume to be true is true. So I must have a deep core belief about third parties, right? So now what I could do in hearing that news, I could simply revise it by him saying something like, yeah, whatever, I'm over that girl. Or, yeah, I don't care. She can wait. I'm not calling her back right now. I don't care. And I could hear in my head, in my imagination, I could hear him on the phone saying that instead. That's an instant revision. Instantly revising that he said, "Oh yeah, well, she wants this of me and she thinks of this of me. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's a moot point. You're not with your girlfriend, you're with me. She wishes she was me, boo." Anyway, so I go into my imagination, in my imaginal act, and I hear him saying something instead of the timeline that I want is him single. Duh. Right? Because I want him with me and me only. So I would go into that and I would think, what would that Jenna say? What would that version of Jenna say? She would say something. She would be thinking thoughts aligned with, man, this man wants me so bad. I'm the only one he ever wants. Oh my God. I love how he adores me and I'm his one and only, right? But though that's affirming and you can affirm, for revision, I would go and I would see or hear a different conversation. I would hear him say, I don't care. She's not you. She wishes. She's not you, Boo Bear. I could hear that instead, right? Because again, guys, what is happening is the 3D is showing you one version of reality. It's just one. There's an infinite other versions that could have happened. It's just that you, and this movie screen, you happened to select a version, a scene that looked real, and it was something you didn't want. Oh well, there's a billion gajillion others that you can choose from. All you have to do is go back into your imagination and reloop the new story, which for me, it's him saying, hey baby, of course I want you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're all I want. You're all I think about. I'm obsessed, my God. Right? So revision, instant revision. When you can instantly revise on the spot, you have mastered the game. I just wish personally, but look, this is wishful thinking. I personally wish that we never got told no ever. But we're going to be told no sometimes. You still have limited beliefs in some areas and aspects of your life. So your assumptions in some areas are still kind of wonky. So your 3D is still right now going to show you no. It's going to tell you no in some ways, but it doesn't matter. If you can master revision, your whole game will change, babe. I mean, it's the whole matrix itself conforms, and you've mastered it. Like, you have mastered it when you got revision down. Yeah, that's right. V, okay, I love that for you, girl. So true. I'm good, Jenna. So good to see you. What about you? And you're so right. We got to self-reflect about our beliefs every time something doesn't go our way. Exactly. Love it. I love that you're here, babe. Yeah. Because like, even though I really, and I had to like self-internalize for a second and be like, wait a minute. Do I think that I'm not worthy of him? No. Do I think that she's a threat? No. Do I think that he doesn't want me anymore? No. So it's none of those things. So if now, through your growth, through your ascension, through your shadow work, everything that you've done to heal yourself, right? Your self-concept, if your 3D is still showing you something like that, like, oh yeah, my ex-girlfriend called me. Okay, and just because you self-reflect and you don't see how you're associating with that reality, that's where you really change the game. If you're not associating anymore with the old version of how it used to be, like I would spiral at something like that. If a guy told me like, oh, my ex-girlfriend called right when we were having fun and laughing, and right then, literally right then, she called when we were like at the peak of our phone call, right? It was so good. And I would normally internalize that and I'd be like, oh, see, this is just proof I never get to be happy. Or, oh yeah, well, every man I'm ever with just chooses her over me. No, I have to go back and I have to see the 3D is playing out through the assumptions and thoughts and beliefs that I've already had. If I have new beliefs right now, if I make new beliefs right now, if I make new assumptions right now, the game changes. But sometimes being told no is the best thing we can be told, because it really puts us in our power and makes us look at it like, I'm not threatened. I don't think I'm going to lose him. I don't think that he likes me less. And I don't think that she is somehow going to sabotage our connection. So if none of those are true, and that I don't see this as a problem, then I can simply just revise. Even if I did think it was a problem, I can still simply revise. and just go into my imagination and hear him say, honey, I don't want her. If I wanted her, she'd be in my life. She's not a threat. She's not anything. But this is when self-love as a God of your creator reality, like you're a creator in your own reality. This is self-love. This is you giving it to you. This is you giving you that validation before a man gives you that validation. He is not going to tell me on the phone, honey, you have nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Before I say it in my head, in my imagination. Because out here follows what comes internally. We need to change it internally first. There's no one to change but self. Does revision also require repetition? No. And are feelings important while visualizing? No. Revision does not require repetition at all. In fact, you could change it one time and it changes like that. What it is it's a believability factor. Basically, when you revise, the name of the game is for you to get to believe the new event. You're supposed to be almost brainwashing yourself to believe that the new event took place, not the old event. This is really good for PTSD, any sort of like assault. If you can go into your imagination and create some sort of image to change the way that you were treated, it will literally, you will shift your consciousness to a reality where the new story is aligned. And so people will be nicer to you. You won't have the physical attack. You won't have the PTSD. You won't, stuff like that. You can literally heal yourself using revision, 100%. Any mental anguish from trauma, PTSD, stuff like that. Like, oh, I've had people that can just snap out of it. Like they just course correct, tell themselves it didn't happen, and it didn't happen. Give yourself a new script, a new scene. And really what it is and how you know you did it is if you've immersed yourself into it as intensely as you can, what should be happening is you should be able to see that new scene more often than you see the old scene. And when the old scene just kind of like leaves altogether and you fucking forget about it and you don't even remember that shit, that's when people will start coming in and they'll start talking to you about the new stuff. That's when the breakup ends. That's when the no contact ends. That's when you don't need to go to therapy so much because you're not even traumatized by certain things. Like, it doesn't just change your memory and it does not just make you feel better. It literally changes the past. Revision is so fucking amazing. It really is. It changes the past and you'll start to see domino effects in your reality of the past being changed. Yeah. So it's incredible. It really is, girl. You gotta try it. I really like to go full in. Yes. Visualize as detailed as you can. Okay. You guys could try it in scripting journals. Just write it in your journal. Try to get the scene on paper if you can. But even if it's just in your imagination, it can be just like a 10 to 20 second scene. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. And the point is to what is it? What's the word? Not submerge yourself, immerse yourself, but is that the word? Immerse yourself, I guess, in it. Like, immerse yourself in the new visualization so much that the old, you forget it. Now, I will say a lot of people though, and like me myself, especially with PTSD, there's a lot of abusive scenes in my mind that I've had to experience that, like, in a way, I almost feel like holding on to and I feel like keeping, because it's almost like this validation of sorts. Like, I've been through that and I'm honoring myself by keeping a hold of the pain and the trauma, which I know is very unhealthy. I do know that. Okay. But also, like, I do know as a manifestation coach and as a girl who's writing a book one day, I'm telling you that there is a lot that I have to keep remembering from my old story of rags to riches, of abuse to freedom, of being chronically single to being in a twin flame union. There's a lot of things that I have to be able to keep an old story about. But if I really wanted to free myself, I could just revise that any abuse happened and be a lot happier for it. So you're so gifted, Jenna. Sending you love story. Oh, I love you. Babe, thank you for being here, sweetheart. You're so incredible. I saw you today, right? Yeah, today during the other stream, you were so, oh, honey, I love you. Thank you so much for being here, ladies. I need this for my PTSD. Yup. I reconciled with a guy. Hold on. Wait. I reconciled with a guy a week back after 2 years of separation, and he's very condescending and mean, but it's my PTSD kicking in. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, see, you still have an assumption somewhere, though, that he still operates in that way. Yeah. Huh. He might have had a twinge of that when you were still talking to him back then, and maybe it just, like, it hasn't worked its way out. Maybe you haven't changed your concept of him yet. That's okay. That's okay. Um, sure, yeah, it's your PTSD flaring up, and you're being forced to look at it, sure, but it's because of your assumption that he still is like that it is coming in that way. I mean, um, honestly, I'd get to the root of the issue. If you want to still talk to this guy, I'd get to the root of the issue in that it's not really your PTSD, it's that he's triggering it. And the reason that he's triggering it is because of the condensation. I almost said condensation. The condescending tone that he has. So I would just rewrite how he shows up. I mean, if otherwise you don't ever have to see your PTSD, and there's really no trauma that's getting flared up any other way, I would just revise that he's not an asshole. V, that's so cool. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Oh, wait, she shared something? Oh, I really like to go in all full in visualizing and pretending because it makes me happy in the moment and puts me in the frequency. Exactly. Girls, you got it. You are bad bitches. Look at you. Okay, yes, exactly. And see, it is a really a sad truth, but a lot of women that have PTSD or like have been abused or something, I think that we naturally go into our imagination to remedy things. Like for me, ironically enough, the reason I have manifested my twin flame into my life is because I was in so many abusive relationships. And I mean, I had guns pointed at my head. I've been sexually assaulted. I was married before and had absolute abuse in that most people wouldn't even believe. There are things that I've experienced in these partnerships that I was forced to utilize my imagination in order to soothe myself. Like, the trauma was so bad that I literally had to disassociate and go into my imagination and create a new scene just to get by, just to survive a brutal relationship. So I think a lot of women do this. We do this so we don't even know we're doing it really. Until maybe we learn about revision and we're like, oh my God, I've been doing that my whole life. Yeah, I know. Sadly, that is a thing. But, I would love to tell you that eventually what happens is you do find that perfect person, because what you're doing is you're revising so often that you keep building in your imagination this like perfected person. And if you leave every toxic thing behind, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to manifest the perfect one for you. And in this instance, I have. About 3 weeks ago, my roommate, a roommate, and we met, we fell in love, we hooked up, and it was about 3 weeks ago. And we're still talking even now and very much madly in love with one another. It's kind of incredible, actually. Just like the most perfect man. Like I'm seeing that there are things I'm revising. There are things I'm completely erasing from when he speaks. I'm like, nope, I didn't hear that part. Nope, I didn't hear that part. Nope, that's not good. I don't want that. But overall, what happens is it's almost like build a man workshop. You keep going into your imagination so often to avoid and escape a very harsh, cruel world. And you have built the perfect man for you. And before you know it, you accidentally manifest them. That's what happened to me. We showed up the same, like 24 hours here at this place, and we just fell in love. We madly fell in love. It was kind of incredible. And now I see what happened. I had to revise cruel, abusive experiences just to survive. Literally, there was so much disassociation in some of these relationships because it was so brutal that in order to save myself, legit, like mentally save myself from abuse and trauma and just stay functioning, fully functioning, I had to revise. And I revised so much that what happened was I created a more perfect version of a man. And that man happens to be the one entering my life now. So I think that this is actually kind of funny because sometimes your soulmate just lands in your lap and you're not even looking for it. Um, so for me, I love teaching, especially the law. I love teaching the law of assumption when it comes to relationships because I've had so many bad relationships that I know how to work my way out of them. I know how to revise my way to safety. I know how to literally manifest leaving entire covens and cults that I've been in. So that's my specialty, is like more of like the abuse side and helping women that are leaving like really, really traumatic, abusive situations. But what I really want to tell you girls is eventually what happens is you build a man in your head, in your imagination, that is so perfect that one day you literally manifest it. And some people don't even know they've manifested. They don't even know how they did it. So I'm really here to help coach women on keeping that man. It's not manifesting the man that's the hard part. It's keeping in alignment with it. It's keeping that frequency. It's keeping the frequency of, I have it, he's mine, that's it, end of story. Especially when the 3D tells you something like tonight, like his ex-girlfriend, it's crazy. We had just talked about her. I mean, I literally, guys, and it only took 30 seconds. We only mentioned her for 30 seconds and that's it. Because neither one of us care. We're not in a past relationship. We don't care. And so we talked about it for just 30 seconds. And then like maybe 2 minutes later, she called and he's like, oh my God, there's somebody calling me from years ago and it was her. And I'm like, honey, if that is not proof positive of how powerful we are. So I had to revise because he answered the call. And so I'm going to revise that he apologizes and he's like, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have answered that. I don't care. That's over. That's a done thing. It's you now. So that's okay. But see, we do this within ourselves. We validate ourselves. We give ourselves that man before the man gives us himself. Do you see what I'm saying? We are that man. It is us. Everyone is you pushed out. You are him. Like that is you. So I love how you said, one of you said, I feel the relief. Yeah, that's exactly it. You feel the relief of it, right? Because it heals you. It really does. Revision heals you instantaneously because you're going into your imagination and your imagination is reality. So it's amazing. It does not just change the memory. It does not just change your feelings about it. It literally takes you, your imagination creates reality. So you are shifting your consciousness to a different reality. It's timeline shifting is what it is. And yeah, you'll know you did it right when you just basically think only of the new scene and not the old scene. So I wish healing upon all us girlies. Me too, sweetheart. Damn, this is intense, Jenna. It is. It's pretty bad. I've been getting through it. Venus retrograde. That's right. He was never mean before. That's the issue. It's like he's unmasking. Interesting. He wasn't mean before. I think you have an assumption. That he's like either not ready for this or like apprehensive a little bit. Like some about like coming back full force. There's like a little bit of an apprehension you have. It's not even yours. I think that you're assuming he has apprehension. You're assuming he is a little bit scared to give it full on. So yeah, I think what's happening is you're forced to see the universe bring in a side of him that makes him want to push you away. You're assuming he wants to push you away is what I'm just getting. It's like I'm intuitively feeling like you are making him do things unconsciously with your assumptions. He's doing things, showing up in a way to push you away because you're assuming that he's not full on and fully in it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah. Also, make sure that you really want him in your reality. Sometimes it's us creating the circumstances that would separate us from someone. Exactly, girl. Oh my God, you guys are so amazing. If your conscious wants him, if your consciousness wants him, bargain with your subconscious. That's cute. That's cute. I like that. I like that. Ooh, hang on. I like that. If your conscious wants him, then bargain with yourself. Okay, okay, okay. I like it. See, if your conscious wants it, right? If your lower self wants it, if your more primal urge, your desire wants it, reason and barter with the subconscious. I like that because that's actually okay, listen, because the guy that I'm seeing, he's like a bad guy. A bad guy, but bad guy in the terms of some people. There are things he has done that most people would be like, girl, run for the fucking hills. So bad guy in that way, and that he has a past. He definitely has a rap sheet. And so a lot of things I would have to revise in order to be with him. But it's already working, and that he's conforming into the good guy, going from bad guy to good guy. I'm literally manifesting him to go through this huge change. So as much as he's a bad guy, I'm also seeing that he's not, and I'm more powerful than he is in this reality. I am the God of this reality. He doesn't have free will. He has to show up how I assume he will. So if I assume that he shows up now, willing to change, willing to grow, repentant, healthy, that's exactly how he's going to show up. All I have to do is focus on that side of him. All I have to do is focus more on that in my imagination, and he shows up like that. But yeah, he's technically, by like standard, what most people would say, yeah, kind of a bad guy. Yeah. And that he's done some things, honey. I'll tell you. He's definitely not one of those like clean as a whistle kind of guys. Like nah, the dude's been in prison before. So there's that. You know what I mean? Like he's all tatted up, got like a record, girls after him, friggin' hundreds of, you know what I mean? Like he's one of those, and he knows it. And I know it, and every girl in town knows it. He's just one of those Casanovas. So I have to like really go into my arsenal, go into my Jenna workshop, my manifestation baddie routine, and I have to really change this. It's like I'm gonna have to like be really serious about changing this if this is what I want, because like there is no way. Like I'm a good girl, and I cannot be with a bad boy that bad. So I've got to change it, and he's got to show up differently, and he already is. Last night was crazy. It was the craziest experience because I had been blocked. I actually messaged him 2 nights ago, two or 3 days ago. Excuse me. I told him, I don't like that you're pulling away. I don't like that you aren't giving me what I know I deserve, and we're done. I'm not about this. I'm gonna go manifest somebody new. One of my other roommates is here, and he's very cute, and we like each other. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do me. Okay. Thank you so much. I had a great time, but it's okay. So I told him that I distanced myself from him, and he blocked me. He literally said, like, you're blocked. I don't care. And then we went 2 days not speaking. But then last night, I started crying for like 2 hours straight. I had this overwhelming urge to cry for 2 hours. And somebody told me today that it's an eclipse. I don't know if that's true when it is. I don't know, but it's an eclipse. And if that's the case, it might have been that. But I just cried. And I'm on my period. Today's day one of my period, so that might be why. But I just knew intuitively that he was going through an ego death. I knew that for 2 hours, it was heart-wrenching pain. And he was ascending into a higher timeline to be with me. And up to that point, I was blocked. I was blocked for a couple days. So all of a sudden, I finally stopped crying. I fell asleep and slept all through the night, slept like a baby. And literally 20 minutes before I woke up from bed, he showed up in my dream. Just boom, right there. In the dream, he just boom, right in front of me. Just like, he didn't look like anybody else. He just looked like himself. Just boom, right there. And because sometimes you know how people show up in your dreams and they don't look like themselves? Nah, he definitely looked like himself. Like I knew it was him. And it was like, it was weird because once he showed up in the dream, I was playing a video game, either with him or just by myself. I'm not sure, but there was a video game that I was playing when he showed up. And that was 20 minutes before I woke up. It was such an intense dream. Like, he was so intense that I woke up because of it. Girl, I shit you not, as God is my witness. I look over at my phone and he had just texted me 20 minutes before. So right as he entered my dream is when he texted me in the physical. And it was a song link to that song Video Games by Lana Del Rey. He had just sent me that song. It's actually really cool. It was a very cool song, and it was a love song, and that's all he sent. All he sent was the link to that. And that's when I knew, like, I was being unblocked. I was, of course, being unblocked because, of course, we're together, because, of course, I get what I want. And so I got up, got around, came downstairs, did a live stream, and literally as I was on the live stream telling people, this is how you get unblocked, he called me. I had to decline it because I was busy, but he called me, and then we've talked all day today. And on the phone, literally tonight, he was like, 2 days, you went 2 days without me. Like, damn, 2 days and it feels like this. Like, it is that intense. If you can make it that intense for them. But the real question is, are you going to make it that intense for them to change? Because if you give your energy back to yourself, if you give your power back to yourself, there is no other choice but for them to conform, because you're going into your imagination and you're recreating the scene. After I was blocked, I would not believe that. I mean, yes, I knew it consciously, but I also knew that it was going to end. All no contact ends, if you want it to. So even though I knew he had told me I was blocked, and I consciously knew that I was blocked, I consciously wanted to be unblocked. So my subconscious had no choice but to work in my favor if I fed it new information. So I kept telling my subconscious images of being unblocked. I kept seeing him call me. I kept seeing him text me. So it has no choice. It has to conform. But my assumption is guys behave like assholes eventually. Yep. There it is, girl. I've been through abuse myself, so this makes so much sense. Recreate him as the goddess of your reality. Exactly. Hi, Virginia. Yes, I'm seeing a bad boy edgy guy too, plus a Scorpio. Oh, girl. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Thank you for those sexy Scorpio men. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Literally, God created those Scorpio men just to torture us, honey. Just to be all sexy with their scorpion tails, honey. Scorpio men, they're going to be the death of me one day. That's powerful. Yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry. I learned this from Bashar. You sit with yourself and ask your subconscious, why are you making blank, blank, blank show up this way? The reason could be fear, dislike, etc. Then you say, okay, let's make a deal. Ooh, wait, okay. Oh shit, that is so powerful, girl. As soon as I just sat here and asked my subconscious, why do I associate him with as a bad guy? Because he's told me he's a bad guy. Because he's told me he's done bad shit. He's told me that he's like a former criminal and all this, and he's got like bad people after him and stuff. So because of that, because I have believed the 3D physical world, I've believed what I've heard, and that's it. Wow, that's genius. Great job. Thanks, Bashar. What a great idea from Bashar. Then you say, let's make a deal. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make a deal. How about he's edgy enough to be hella sexy, because you know it's sexy, girl, because you know a bad boy is sexy. Okay, you know it is. So how about you show me how he's like edgy, like, still that bad boy edginess, right? But not a like criminal, not like a full-on criminal, not like a full-on like he will kill people for you kind of thing. Like let's tone that down a little bit, because the reason why we stopped talking in the first place is because he was convinced that the people that were out to get him are gonna kill me. And he's like, if I fall in love with you, people will kill you, Jenna. They will Like, I'm serious. Like, that's a thing. They're going to hurt you if you're with me. And I was like, and I was forced to believe that that's what he believed. I didn't believe it. I don't think I can be touched. I think I'm perfectly fine as I am. Bitch ain't gonna be touched. I work with archangels. Like, I'm good. That's my belief. But my belief of him was that he really thought that being with me was deadly. So he was like, a lot of people hate me. A lot of people don't like what I do. He's very much a magician. He's very much into the occult. He's very much like let's just say tonight we talk about Aleister Crowley. Like, this man knows his shit about some shit. Okay, he knows magic, like straight up real stuff. And so there are people that, yeah, don't like him. And and there's people that don't like me. And I'm like, I don't care. They're not gonna touch me. But he was not convinced of that. So that's literally why he stopped giving to me. And my assumption was that he was scared, so he was gonna stop being with me. So I had to change my assumption. My assumption now is he still thinks that, because he does. He still thinks that. But now he thinks he's stronger and can take care of me and make sure that I'm safe and would never let anything harm me. You know what I mean? So now my assumption has changed. So now he has to come in differently. And he does. And he shows up differently because of that. Exactly. You speak to it like you would a boss, aka bargain. Okay. Okay, so you speak to it like you're the boss, right? Then you give your subconscious a list of reasons. Hi.
Hello.
A list of reasons as to why this person should show up in a different way. Oh, okay. I love that. That's a great idea, V. Girl, that's it right there. I gotta try that. So then you give so you give a list of reasons as to why this person should show up. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Yes. Oh my God, I've never tried that before. I so have to try it. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down like on a piece of paper tonight. A list of reasons why he should. Do you mean like the reasons that I like him? Like, he should change because I think he's my soulmate and I think he's this? Or do you mean like give examples of way that he wants to change? But he said this that one time. He said this, he said, because tonight he did change. Tonight he literally conformed. He said on the phone, he said, whatever. I think these people think they control me and that they can really, I think they think they're more powerful. I don't think that they know who I really am. So it's already conforming. It's already changing. So anyway, it's that fast. It is as fast as you say it is. It's as fast as you want to believe it is. It's as fast as you see the 3D changing and you see it, you notice it, See, that is powerful. I'm going to try that. I'm so excited. Yeah, what a great idea. So tell me more about this, though. A list of reasons as to why this person should show up in a different way. Can you elaborate? He came back after purging an ego death. This is so powerful. Exactly, girl. Because you're the god of your reality. The power always lies within your grasp. Isn't that amazing? Scorpios are torturous indeed. They're an obsession, girl. It is a crime. Those Scorpio men, though. Those Scorpio men, honey. Ooh. Those sexual encounters with those Scorpios. Where, girl? You never want to be done with one. I swear to God, the only way you ever want to be done with a Scorpio man is if they burn you in some way. Like if they gossip about you, hurt you, spread lies on your name. Oh my God, that's the only way you'll ever want to be done with a Scorpio. Because they are addicting and you just want them constantly. For example, subconscious equals, I don't want us to be dependent on a man, so I'm making him avoidant. Oh. Freaking A. That is, girl, you know what? I have to come to you for coaching. Shit. V, I've got to come to you. Okay, I don't want us to be dependent on a man, so I'm making him avoidant. Wow. That moment, that one sentence sums up every relationship you've ever had. Oh my God, girl, I need to pay you to be my shrink. I don't even know if you're a PhD, but I need you to be my shrink, okay? The conscious says, let's make a deal. We allow him to be present and affectionate, and I'll prove it to you how independent we are. Okay, I get it. That's genius. Thank you so much. Dude, that's it right there. I thank you. I'm so gonna do my homework. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Maybe even right now. I'm gonna do it with you. I'm gonna say, I think the reason I made this guy like a bad boy is because I needed protection so much in my life. I needed a man to protect me, and I never had one. So now all of a sudden I've made this like, let's just say his his nickname is Ghost. Listen. Let's just say this man, on our first time we ever met, he literally referred to himself as a missing persons. So I think right there, that should tell you something. So yeah, yeah. I never had a man who could protect me. So it's almost like my subconscious created like the ultimate protector who's like an ultimate bad boy. So yeah, I think we need to tune it down a little bit. A little bit. Okay, a little bit here, honey. Oh, what we don't need is a man who calls himself Ghost. All right? We don't need that. We don't need that anymore. That's a little overpowered. We don't need it. Okay? And so I'm going to rationalize with my subconscious. I'm going to say, like you said, V, I'm going to say, we needed him to be this ultra alpha, this very, very, very heavy hitter. We needed him to be like that because we never had a man protecting us. But now I'm going to prove that I am safe and I can keep myself safe. And in that way, we can bring him in as a little less rugged, a little less bad boy-ish, a little bit less troublemaker. Yeah, a little bit less Jenna, if somebody touches you, I will kill them. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that so much. You know? Is it sexy? Yes, it's absolutely sexy. Okay, it's absolutely sexy. But this man, legit, like one time he said, yeah, Jenna, they will literally kill you, and then I will kill them. He said it straight faced. No, he said, if I fall in love with you, they will kill you, and then I will kill them. Any questions? Wow. Love that. Love that. Never had a man that protective before. Absolutely amazing. And then tonight too, because I keep affirming he's a protector and a provider. And so tonight he asked, do you need money? Like, I've never had a man ask me that before. He just said, are you okay? Do you need money? Like, I said, I'm fine. I'm good. Like a couple more weeks here. But then after that, I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll find out. But I've never had a real true alpha in my life that like really wants to protect and provide. I've never had this before. So I guess in a way I could barter with my subconscious, and my subconscious could say something like, sure, you prove to me that we're safe and I won't need to make this man carry a machete. Okay? You prove that we're safe, and then I won't have him show up. So, I'll kill a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because, like, cool it down, bud. You know what I mean? Let's see. How independent? Yup. I love that's a great idea. I think the best way to come up with reasons is to know what drives your subconscious. Yeah. It's like knowing what your boss likes and catering to that. Okay. Dang. Who is she? What a boss bitch, this V. Who is that girl? Hey, girl, you have got to be my shrink. I'm telling you, I need to come to you for coaching advice. Wait, are you the one that recently wrote to me and wanted to get to know me a little bit more? Are you that one? Because somebody came to me recently wanting to get to know me more. And I don't know if that was you or someone else. So if one of your desires is to help the collective, one of the reasons can be we should allow him to show up differently because our connection is healing to the collective. Oh, oh my God. Genius. Girl, that's it. That's it right there. That's money. That right there. I'm going to do it. I can feel already it just accepted it. My subconscious just accepted that. Because that is truly my desire. My desire is to use our connection for good. Like, I want him out of everything bad so that we can teach other people how to get out of it as well. The same with me and being in those witch covens. I was in 3 different cults in my life: a religious cult, a spiritual cult, and then a sex cult. And I was able to get out of all 3 of them. I'm telling you right now, if I can get out, anybody can get out. It was bad. And so I use my testimony to help people escape situations like that and manifest a way out of that stuff. And so it would be really cool if he could get out of this hot mess that he's in and the spiritual warfare that he's under, and also help the collective do the same thing. Like, it would be incredible in the way that I help a lot of divine feminines. It would be so cool if he could help a lot of divine masculines. And maybe my subconscious is a lot more eager to do that than I originally thought. Knowing that makes you happy when you fantasize about it. So freedom, true love, healing, wealth. It's, oh, yes. I love that. How do I know what drives the boss? Knowing what makes you happy when you fantasize about it. How do I know what drives the boss? Knowing what makes you happy when you fantasize about it. So freedom, true love, healing, wealth. Right. Right. You know what's really cool? One of my default visuals that I keep returning to when it comes to an imaginal act is one of the people that he works with telling him, like, I want you healthy. I want you a Jenna. I want you to make a break for it. I want you to get out of everything bad. I want you free. Like, I need you out of here. Here's some money. Go get lost. I keep going to this like imaginal act of him telling me I'm free. I'm free to go. Nobody's after me. Nobody's targeting me. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. Like, he's telling me I'm free. I'm free to go. And it's very powerful because I keep going back to that. And I don't know why. It's just been this like continual loop visual in my mind. And tonight it happened. Tonight he actually said that. He's like, I don't think these people are as powerful as I once thought they were. I think I'm actually way more powerful than them. And it was like the first time he'd ever said that. So it really is catching up. I mean, this stuff is fucking real. You know, I might have manifested my way out of bad relationships and covens and things, but like to manifest a union like this after this man has been literally tortured as well. He has been tortured in the same way that I have been. Even worse so. I would say he's not nearly as mentally sound right now as I am. Like, I've been able to pull myself together and heal because I've been alone, but sadly he still has like people around him. So he's not nearly as mentally sound just yet. But I am working on that too. So don't worry, I'm going to get there with him. But yeah, this go-to visual act that I have is a visualization. I keep looping it over and over. One of his closest friends saying, I don't want you here anymore. It's too toxic. I don't want you doing this. I don't like you with these people. I don't like this. I don't like this. You need to leave. Here's money. Get out. Go be with Jenna. Don't ever talk to me again. Like, I keep visualizing that, and that's going to happen. And I know it's going to happen because I am God of my reality. And so last night when I was crying for 2 hours, I kept hearing that phone call with him while I was crying. I kept hearing him say, I'm free to go, Jenna. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free to love you. Nobody's going to touch us. We're safe. Nobody's coming after you. Though he has people who hate him because of what he knows, he's very intelligent, extremely spiritual. The man's a magician. He's a ghost for a reason. Not only is he a ghost, but we have literally talked about how he hacks the shit in my 3D reality. I've been on YouTube vlogging for about 5 years talking about my magician in tarot. My magician is the first card of the tarot deck, the archetype of the magician. And I've been talking about him over and over and over and over. And it's literally happening in that there is this man and his nickname is Ghost. And he literally is here in my 3D matrix all the time, hacking shit, doing things to make me smile, turning things on, fixing things. One time, it was so crazy. One time, I was watching this movie and this scene came up and it was a very funny sentence. And I knew because I knew it was funny. I knew it was funny, but I couldn't hear what they said. So I go, wait, oh, I bet that was funny. So I went to rewind about 10 seconds and I hit play. And when I did, the closed captioning came on automatically, but only for that sentence. The closed captioning only came on for that sentence and then it turned off again. That's when it's shit like that. And it keeps compiling and compiling. And it's like, that's my magician. That is him. And he knows it too. And so anyway, that's why there's people out to get him. But I have to start affirming and changing that there is no one out to get him. And even if they are, they can't do shit. He's so much more powerful than they are. I'm so much more powerful than they are. So even if, he still believes it doesn't matter. He's going to fight for me because I'm Jenna. You know what he called me today? Jenna Talia. Never once in my life, honey. Never once in my life did I ever even think of that. He's like, anybody ever call you Jenna Talia? No. But now I'm never going to be able to unhear it, god damn it. Now I'm only going to hear Jenna Talia every time I hear my name. I cannot believe it. It's like, no one's ever called me that. Ever. That's literally never been. No one's ever thought of that ever. Just you. We know where your mind's at all the time. So anyway, sorry, priestess. That's the answer to your question. V here, she knows everything. She's a genius. For example, if your subconscious truly values freedom, saying, please make this guy act how I want because he makes me feel attractive is not going to cut it. Your subconscious is not going to care. Oh, okay. Okay. If your subconscious truly values freedom, then saying, make this guy act how I want because he makes me feel attractive. Right. Because that has nothing to do with it. Right. Your subconscious isn't going to care. In this example, you have to tell your subconscious that your connection to the guy is beneficial to your freedom in some way. Girl. Genius. Look at you, the subconscious whisperer. I swear to God, you make me feel like I can do anything, V. You really do. You're a subconscious whisperer. That's what you are. You're out here as the subconscious reprogrammer. I love it. I would say my subconscious, the one thing it believes is that no one is going to help me. Not really, truly. At my core, that someone is going to abandon me. So all of a sudden, this guy comes in and he's like, do you need money? Can I help you stay afloat? He's just like wanting to give to me for no reason at all. And I think that it's because I've created like this perfect guy in my head who protects and provides for me. And it's like I've never had that before ever. I've never had that. It is wild to think about. I'm 35 years old and I've never had that before. So he's just asking, he's asked me several times today, do you need something? Can I buy you something? Are you okay? Like, I don't even know what to do. I've never seen that before. It's very nice. It's kind of, I might have to say, yeah, because like, it's kind of nice. I kind of want to be taken care of. So I'm wondering if my subconscious is starting to believe that like I can be provided for, I can be taken care of. And it wants to show me more and more proof that people want to come through for me, you know? I have to change my assumption about him. I really do. To save both of us. Like I can't be with my conscious self believes that he is being chased by dangerous people. Even if he's not, even if there's a reality that exists that he's never been chased by anybody dangerous anywhere, he's just an accountant. He's just an accountant somewhere or a data analyst. even if even if there's a version of him that is not in danger or in trouble or a troublemaker or whatever, it doesn't even matter because my subconscious does not believe yet because I've not changed my assumption. So even if there is a reality, I need to change my assumption. I need to change the belief. This is where repetition comes in. He chooses me. He's so safe. We are safe together. Our union is used for good. God has us. We're always protected, stuff like that. He loves that I talk about Archangel Michael. He loves that I pray for us. He loves that, we stay safe and protected. And oh, yeah, I could do this. I can, girl. I can do this. I can do this. I can do it. I love a challenge. I love it. That's why I choose the bad boy. I love a challenge. That's why you choose the Scorpio. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't lie to me, bitch. That's why you chose the Scorpio. Because you love a challenge. No, I do. I do. I don't like easy. I don't. And I don't like betas. I love an alpha male who knows he's an alpha male, honey. What a king boss daddy. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to have to try that with the subconscious. Try to make a deal with my subconscious. Like your subconscious is the boss, right? In this instance. And you're trying to like make a deal with your boss. I love it. You girls are so cool. I love having you here. I wish you a lot of luck in editing your matrix. Bless your heart, beautiful. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to see what happens. Listen, I just really wanted to thank you, V. This meant a lot to me today. You obviously are very powerful. And I thank you. I thank you so much. Another really cool thing that I'm noticing he's so intrigued about is my powerful friends. He asks all the time. He's like, I feel like you must have some very intelligent friends in your life. And I'm like, I sure do. Boss bitches. That's right. So I'm already seeing how he's like getting more and more interested in the light side of things and in what I do and how I coach people, how I help people, what I can spiritually, what I can do. He's very interested in that. And you could just see the gears turning a little bit in this guy's head. It's nice. It's so cool to witness. Like I love witnessing this. In fact, I would dare say that this is why a lot of us wanted to incarnate at this time while we're going through this transition as a planet. Like I think we wanted to see our 3D matrix change. I think we wanted to be part of history and watching our collective go from unconscious to conscious and witnessing the growth and the pattern and the healing of our men and women. I think that's what we wanted to see, to be honest. Oh, thank you both. You're so sweet, honey. I do love a challenge. I love an alpha man too. Our emperor's girl. There it is. I am so rooting for you to have him too. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear how your Scorpio man comes in. He's gonna step it up for you, babe. I can feel it. Well, girls, I'm gonna go. My phone's about to die, but thank you for this. I needed this so bad. You have no idea. I'm really excited. Like he's starting to get it. Like there is no threat. You're God, bro. You're God. All we have to do is remind these men that they're God. They're already reminded that other people are powerful, like their bosses, their baby mama drama, their car payments. They already think that stuff is powerful. That's fine. But what our job is to remind them that they are God, and that they're powerful too. So it's like, it's not really that you're trying to you're not trying to shift the power. You're just trying to remind them that they are the powerful one, and anyway, oh, you're so welcome, honey. Jens, I love that. You're so cute. Oh, girls, I can't wait to talk to you again. I'll be live tomorrow night, probably sometime. We'll talk more about this stuff. But anyway, I love you. I'll talk to you later, okay, girls? Good night, honey. Bye-bye.